Hey there guys, thanks for tuning in again. This is Redtail Ray. I'm going to do a very special Skallywag style Christmas. If you guys haven't seen or ever heard of Skallywag Tactical, I've been following them for quite a long time on their Instagram page, and they've got some really interesting method-based blades and daggers as opposed to style-based or, knife maker copying all the other knives out there. There's only so many different knife designs you can possibly have, right? Well, these guys over at Skallywag Tactical, and I don't know them, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I bought all this stuff all by myself for Christmas for a couple reasons. One, they're having a heck of a really cool Christmas sale before Christmas. They also had a blem sale going on, and I'll show you that in a second. So I picked up a couple things. One was for a gift, and the other I just kind of wanted to check out for myself just to see, but lo and behold, they had some really great prices. And if you guys missed out on that, follow on Instagram, follow them. I'm pretty sure everybody's on Facebook now and stuff too. Follow them wherever you can. They've also got some really interesting and really cool videos on YouTube. And of course, if you're on YouTube, scoot right on over there and check out some of their stuff. They have their own YouTube channel, and they have people who have made content on their own channel that they have also reposted on some of kind of their trainings and methodology on, especially like their Guardian Dagger. So first and foremost, I picked myself up one of their aluminum daggers. Now, of course, if it would have came in orange or like a burnt bronze, like a medium flat dark earth, that would have been sweet. But the red was all sold out, and the aluminum dagger was on sale for a really good price. I couldn't remember exactly right now. And I just couldn't believe when I opened this box. I was like, damn, son. So basically what this is, if you go check out their website, or if you haven't checked out their website, this is an aluminum version of their D2 dagger. And basically the D2 dagger is the exact same thing as this, as I understand it. It's just made out of D2 tool steel. So we got a really nice lasered emblem there. It's got really nice contouring. It fits your hand really well in all different kinds of configurations. The aluminum, and I would assume as well, the D2 dagger actually isn't that sharp, and it's not designed to be. It's designed to be used as a dagger. And so what the aluminum version does is it saves a whole bunch of weight, and it also serves obviously a cost-saving purpose as well. But the weight savings is the biggest thing that they advertise, at least on their particular page for the aluminum dagger. And I can tell you absolutely, this thing is feather light. My letter opener in the house is heavier than this thing. It is a really sweet, really lightweight piece of everyday carry, stabby goodness that you can carry on you. Again, I got medium hands, medium to large size hands. It fits in my hands really nice. It's just so nice and light. It's a nice little package. They do have a I was actually really impressed with this. Their injection molded sheath that comes with this. It doesn't have any audible click, but it holds the blade really well as soon as you start inserting it past this point. So once it fills up to that crack right there, I mean the whole thing, just even a little bit, just about that much, and it's in there. Yeah, it's rattling around a little bit, but when you get that whole depth, from there to there, held into that sheath, I mean it's a really nice option. It's not too thick. I was hoping to be maybe a little bit thinner as a holster and sheath maker. I was kind of hoping for Kydex, but this gives you a whole bunch of options that Kydex won't. Or the Kydex sheath, you would need to have this eyeleted or riveted together in two pieces, and becomes much bigger of a platform. So with an injection molded piece like this, you can get away with a lot slimmer profile this way. Granted, it's got to be a little bit thicker this way, but only so much. I mean, 0.06 or 0.08 Kydex can only get so thin, if you've ever worked with the stuff, if you know what I mean. The other cool thing about this, besides the holes that they have, for different carry options, you can carry this like a neck knife. It's definitely a big neck knife, but it's light enough that it would be a very, very comfortable neck knife. The really cool thing that they did with this, though, the one that I really appreciate, is this upgraded belt clip they did. Now, they say, excuse me, that can be worn inside the waistband or outside the waistband, IWB or OWB, accordingly. But what I've really found is that it fits inside the waistband really nice. It fits over and locks into your belt, and then it's big enough that it accommodates a 1.75 inch belt, but it also, because I wear a 1.5 inch belt, not a 1 3/4, you can angle it quite a bit to the side. So you can get your Papa Bear belly around it ever so slightly, and it fits in that crease wherever you want it to with a little bit of an angle, which I found to be really nice. The little recurve part in there absolutely locks it onto your belt, so you actually have to push it down a little bit to get underneath your belt, then pull the clip up and then pull it off, and you can hear how solid that belt clip is. So this is actually very, to me, reminiscent of a new thing on the market relatively as far as holster making and knife sheath making, is a clip that Discreet Carry Concepts came out with. It's a very similar style clip, and so very, very, very cool. I've actually been EDC in this for the last couple days. Really enjoy it, and I got an upcoming trip that this will absolutely be coming with me to, because I can't carry where I'm going, and something like this, if for whatever reason, even though if I check it in a bag for the price, I can absolutely pick up a new one as opposed to replacing my Fact Duty, which is Benchmade's stiletto style version. Not quite as inexpensive to replace, so this will be coming with me to that. Very excited. Like I said, I've been carrying this for the last couple days, if not week or so. Extremely comfortable, extremely nice, really like that. So mad props to them like that. If I would have known and thought about the sizes a little bit better and read and did a little bit more research, even though I've been following these guys for a long time, I would have opted for the D2 Dagger, maybe, over the Guardian. And this is their cream of the crop, if you will. This is their D2 Steel Gray Guardian. Now this one you can see is quite a bit bigger. Let me grab that aluminum dagger just for size. I don't have the sizes right in front of me. I'm recording on my cell phone, so I can't pull them up and let you know how they go. Size-wise, though, I mean, the Guardian is an absolute beast. It is an amazing amazing dagger. I believe it's a 1/4 inch thick, and this is again that D2 steel. This one was a part of their Blem selection, a part of their Blem sale, and I couldn't really tell you on my untrained eye if that was because of a slight misalignment of the grind that they did, and I couldn't really tell, or if it was just back here on the back side. It was just these couple little nicks up here. Not sure if that's coming up from the machining process, or what the case might have been. Maybe a little scuff up on the screws. But this thing, we'll back up a little bit because it's so big. This thing is huge. I mean, it really is huge, and it's a very serious tool. If you check out their YouTube channel, they've got a demonstration on how this is designed to work, what its intended purpose is. They got, according to their website and their page, they've got these cutting serrations versus the military. How's that go? Cutting serrations on their production version versus their military version has a tearing serrations, which I guess is a little bit different. You have to look at their website and check it out, what those differences exactly might be. But this thing is, I mean, you can really do, obviously, some serious damage. And again, check out their YouTube channel. And if you've seen these before, if you know Skallywag Tactical, been following them, thinking about them for a while, again, in my medium to large size hands, this thing, it fits really nicely. It fits really good ergonomically with the way that they did the grip, but it is absolutely huge. It's almost a little, and I hate to say it, but almost a little bit impractical for me. And if it were just an inch shorter, kind of like that aluminum dagger or the D2 dagger, that's all right though, because I got it. It was from the Blem, so I'm not returning it. and I really absolutely do love it. It is a serious tool, and for very serious style work, there's actually a couple classes that I might be able to take this to coming up here in May and April up here in Minnesota, so we'll see how that works. But so this is really cool. I got the gray. These come in a couple of different colors too, coated colors. They had gray and black dark earth, and I believe obviously black, and might have seen a green on there too at one point. I'm not sure if they still offer that. So what's cool about this as well, well, what's cool and what's, I'll give you my 50 cents as a, again, holster and amateur turned professional holster maker and knife sheath maker. I was a little kind of bummed out that they use such a big dot style clip, and I don't even think it's an actual dot style clip. Maybe it is, but anyways, this is like the exact same version, if not just a little bit different. But either way, what these are is a push button on the bottom with a slide lock, so you can actually lock it so you can't open, but it's a belt clip. It's got adjustable areas here, and then you lock it on with your Chicago style screws, so it's got a male and a female end. Snap this on, slide it over to the lock position, and you can't unlock it, won't come off your belt. It is a little bit larger clip, so obviously it's going to stand off your body a little bit more, and I have tried for the life of me to come up with different configurations on how to carry this, rather than, this is pretty much exactly how it came, except I think it was just a little bit higher using these two clips, so it was at a slight angle. But as a Kydex enthusiast and somebody who makes Kydex holsters and sheaths for a living now professionally, I was hoping for a little bit better detail. I was hoping this would be a little bit more centered. You can kind of see how that's, oh, I'm at a sideways angle here in my phone, but you can see how kind of this is just this retention area where they're going on the grip of the G10 scales is just a little bit off. That could have been more centered. It doesn't really have like an audible click, which I was really hoping for, because you really want it to stay in there. Yes, it stays in there, but it seems like it's just with the grip of their G10 scales and those bumps. Additionally, these two, I guess, block off points or areas where they didn't want you to come in contact with, maybe right here and right here, or maybe they try to use that as a retention point too. They don't seem to really do anything, and they seem to be a little bit off. This one's definitely a little bit more pronounced and more of up at an angle. Kind of like the whole holster is just, the whole sheath is just off a little bit. You can see too, it's not quite centered here in between the eyelets. And I know this is, it's not that important. You're not going to notice it if you're going to carry this for its intended purpose. You're probably going to have a couple other options you can mount this to, but just as an example, I'll just zoom out here a little bit. I have access to all different kinds of belt clips, blade techs, molly locks, tack locks. I've got some Matchpoint USA stuff here. I've got some infinity loops. I've got some G-code stuff. I've got some G-code hangers, paddle back here, another Matchpoint multi-use hanger, another style of dots clip. Here's an actual blade tech lock. So I've got an access to all different kinds of ways to carry sheaths and holsters, spare mag carriers, what have you. We even have over in this box, I just got done making this really nice holster for a TLR1 MP40 with all the kit and caboodle, paddle, quick disconnect, another belt slide, Blackhawk stuff. That customer specifically wanted belt slides or Blackhawk stuff. So just to give you an idea, I have an idea, a small idea, whether you believe me or not, I don't care, but I have a small idea on what works and what should be, you know, hopefully a little bit better done, especially for full retail price for this knife. I'll go ahead and slide on over to their website and check it out, but kind of bummed on the execution on this. Now on their website as well, you'll notice down towards the bottom of their page on the Guardian, they do have an optional holster, and I'll slide in a couple sheath. I'll slide in a couple screenshots on another company. I believe they're called, oh, I just lost it off the top. Anyways, they have an optional offering for an upgraded sheath. And that sheath, in my opinion, is what this thing, for the price, came with. Again, for such a serious tool, I would have liked a little bit better execution on this guy. So that's just my 2 cents as a stupid noob, non-serving civilian. Sorry guys, just never had that privilege, never had that honor. But regardless, I am a pokey stabby shiny enthusiast and very much pro Second Amendment. That's why I got into holster making. And so that's just my 2 cents about the sheath. Now, there's one other thing that I got. I know this video is already getting long. But right next to this, I'll place this right here. Check this out. Of course, 2 days after I placed my order, Skallywag, in their infinite wisdom, they popped up on their Instagram with a, hey guys, we've got a very limited run of our spear that we don't offer to anybody else. We got permission from an overrun from the company. They gave us permission to go ahead and sell these as one-offs, and they're up for sale right now. So basically what this is a non-sharpened, non-serrated version of the Guardian for the same awesome blem price that they were offering for. This one does have a little bit of a little dirtiness to it. It looked like it was probably used, and that's fine by me. This thing was probably going to be not a trainer, obviously. I mean, this isn't sharp to my fingers at all. This is pointy, but like the serrations on the Guardian are absolutely sharp. Absolutely. So what I was originally thinking is, I'd hate to do it, but maybe dull this one up even a little bit more and use it as a trainer, or for whatever reason, probably the most expensive set of throwing knives, even though I'd probably never ever do that with this. I just love this thing. Anyways, I had to get the spear just because, and it was available, and it was 2 days after, and I thought, you know, what if I got 2 of these and I carried them behind my back akimbo style? Oh, wouldn't that be sick? Of course, I'm a super big nerd, so why wouldn't I think that? Or maybe something like that, or a cross draw on the front of a chest rig, or even on both shoulders, you know, and just go at it, go to town like some straight up John Wick shit. Anyways, so there's that. You won't find this on their website anymore. This was only on there for like a day or two. They had green and they had gray, and it just so happened that I ordered the gray Guardian. So the Guardian spear, I don't know if you'll ever see again on their website, but it is, again, the exact same thing, minus a few subtle details, and you kind of have to hold them up side by side and notice ever so slightly. But besides the obvious that you probably won't even be able to pick up anyways on the YouTube channel here, the graphic, the Laserdon graphic is ever so slightly different. They don't have a tactical on the spear. Again, those blem marks on the bottom there aren't there like they were on the blem Guardian. And then what I noticed, which is even a little bit weirder now that I look even further, is that the spear actually has a lot more aggressive looking handles to it, like their G10 actually got machined properly, where on this one, maybe that's the reason this was a blem, which I wouldn't understand, because you could just swap out those G10 scales for another set, maybe even swap these two and have yourself a nice set. But either way, these are a lot more aggressive. You can see the angles there, where these ones are kind of flattened out. So I don't know, maybe that was the reason, but either way, same size, weight, shape. The only real difference, so that they advertised when I went ahead and made my second purchase before Christmas, was that it was the spear, and so you could use that as a nice stump thrower, if you will. So there's that. There's just my quick holiday gifts and slash whatever you want to call it for myself. I'm not sure yet which one I'm going to give away for that gift and its intended purpose. Oh, and that's the other thing. Ooh, let me just go over that quick. Sorry. So I'll get this guy out of the way, get that. The spear came with a lot better sheath than the actual Guardian did. Check out these slight differences quick. Alright, you see how this one on the right that came with a spear is a lot more centered up here? And it's a lot more defined as well. It's like more heat, more pressure really got it. These bumps here and here, these ones are actually lined up and symmetric. This one is sticking out quite a bit more. And this one on my left here isn't quite centered compared to the trim pattern that they must have used on, I'm assuming, a CNC machine, unless all these are hand done. In that case, excuse me, in that case, more power to them, because it's really hard to get symmetry without lots and lots of practice. And same stock clip, and this is actually the configuration that mine came in, with both of these on the side, so it is at a slight angle. I mean, you can even see when I'm holding on eyelet to eyelet, the drain hole they put on the bottom is way over to one side, where this one is a lot more centered in the middle. So the other thing I found about this, I'm not sure, it's slightly glossier, and to me, working with Kydex so much, this one seems to me like it was actually put under the correct temperature, which is just about 350 degrees for the pressure that's needed to conform this thermoform plastic. And this one maybe just wasn't done. I don't know, maybe they built this one on a Friday. Either way, I found it interesting that when you take the spear here that I got, and you insert it in the sheath, you actually get an audible click. Not sure how well you're going to hear that. There, right there. Did you hear that? That's the way it's supposed to fit in. Did you hear that? It's like that one you can tell whether it's back here and it's locking into these 2 points, or maybe it's locking into these 2 points again up here. Here and here, maybe there's an audible bump. Whatever it's locking on, this one actually works. Where this one is just kind of like a, there is no audible click. It slides in and out fairly freely, minus just grabbing on those G10 scales. So just for an experiment, I wanted to try this. Skallywag guys, this is nothing on you. I know it's a little tricky, especially when it comes to sheaths. Let's just try this out. So the Guardian doesn't really fit as well into the spear. Oh, yeah, it does. So it clicked in a lot nicer. And you get a little bit of Kydex shavings in. That's to be expected, especially with serrations. You pop that in, give it a good snap. That's in there. That's a positive engagement right there. That's what I'd call that. So this sheath is a lot better done. Unfortunately, if I didn't order the spear, I never would have seen that, and would have just kind of been ho-hum diddly, slightly disappointed, and tried making my own sheath for it. But this one was done better. I hope they get a little bit better. I hope maybe they even they get with that holster company and have them just make the holsters for them. Because if you saw the screenshot, and maybe I'll include it here at the end of the video too, on that company that makes them for about $35 more for the custom sheaths. Those sheaths were absolutely done right. I could just tell they got everything blocked off. They got like a diamond pattern here where I'm sure it locks into here somewhere, and another diamond pattern up here where it seems like a lot more thought out and blocked out, like engineered, like absolutely put through like SolidWorks and designed a Kydex sheath for this wonderful dagger. So I hope to get to that point. I don't know, guys, if you guys want to send me one of them. I know you're not technically affiliated, you're supposed to buy those separately, but if anybody's got any experience with that company, I would definitely, I'm very interested in getting one just to see now based off of seeing this, which is just a little bit unfortunate. That's just my 2 cents. You'll probably never notice. Either way, top end gear, serious kit stuff, guys. Oh man, somebody in my circle is gonna be very, very happy with whatever I decide to give them. So that's my 2 cents. This video's already gone long enough. Happy Skallywag Christmas. Again, if you guys haven't done so yet, go check them out. skallywagtactical.com, skallywagtactical on Instagram, and all their other social media platforms. And thanks. I'll see you guys in the next video.